So before I begin this, I just want to say that this looks absolutely awesome. Straight up, hands down. Um, but this is what I kind of wanted from MK. Now, I'm not an MK fan. I do not enjoy violence like that. It's too crazy over the top for me, but I always wish that MK were going to like some kind of like more realist style fighting. Um, but apparently Virtua Fighter is going to beat them to that. Let's take a look at this presentation that was given a CEO today. CES. Oh, it's the first time I've seen it like this. This looks really good. Okay. So, the actions of fighting, true martial arts, right? Um, that's what I want to talk about here. It's like, can they do it? Me and some friends were talking today, and the thing is, it's like how to get that to work within like a fighting game environment. The best way I can explain it is uh apologize for the length of this video because I'm going to try to explain my mindset right here. Is the visual representation of what we seeing has to change on a input level, right? So it's just like there's two ways that they could do it. You can have it to where if you're holding back and you're blocking, and like okay, this say Street Fighter, right? You get hit, you get up, you start walking back. If the person hits you, you stop that walking back and you block, right? What if we change the visual representation of that? Instead of it being a walking back or a blocking, maybe it was just the character was moving up or down or to the side or moving in a way of like kung fu or still blocking, but still having the same effect as blocking or walking backwards. It's kind of like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, right? Rock'em Sock'em Robots. You have these robots that are, put, 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 right? But then the movement looks nothing like what you see, right? So the visual representation could change. Or they could just have it to where when you're playing, you're still like fighting and moving back and forward and jumping in the like, but when you watch a playback of it, it's represented still with your actions and what you're doing, but more in a martial arts form like this. So you wouldn't be necessarily doing this, but then when you watch the playback of you fighting another, it would look like this. Something. Because the only way I could really see that they could do something directly like this is to kind of like the parry button in Street Fighter. Like that right there, right? So we see all this going on right here. Look. Now, if the person was steady punching and throwing punches, you could like hold a button and then you can go into this animation and it'll force the other person to do these animations, right? And kind of like you go into like a counter state, like hitting back. And some games have already done this, like the parry button in Street Fighter, right? Like you hold it, you just get that ping, 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 ping. But what if like you were moving in different things and forcing the other person to do moving different things as they was pressing buttons, and then you would have to like press the X or press the O and like press the opposite button than the other person. Like games are already doing it. It just don't look this represented right now. I think there was one game that did though. I'm trying to think of what it was. I know like a lot of the anime fighters do it, but yeah, this is it. That's just one way that they could possibly do something like this. But it's cool where they're going. Let's just start over. These environments look awesome. It's the people from the Yakuza team, the Shinmu Soul. Um, I love how it comes in. It gives me like new Guilty Gear vibes on the writing and stuff. I will get rid of shadows, but yeah, very very cool, man. So let's let it play. Let's just let it play. It's cool. Yeah, my man's feet. See like this? Yeah. I don't know, man. It's so short. Unless like you would do a certain amount of actions, and then when you do a certain action, it will make the other opponent go into this state. I don't know. There's ways to do it. Okay, one more time. I'm geeking out. How many minutes we in? 5. Let's watch it one more. Let's just let it play one more time. At his feet. See how it kind of starts over? Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. They might. I don't know. It'd be cool to see what they do, man. It'd definitely be revolutionary. Well, whatever they're going to do with Virtua Fighter is going to be revolutionary. Period. But let's just see what they come up with. But anyway, I just want to do a little breakdown on the video. New technology, man, is pretty awesome, and it's cool that NVIDIA is actually like on board helping them. And there was some history back in the day with NVIDIA and Sega too. Sega actually helped them get to where they are today, so that's really cool, interesting stuff, man. Because Sega, their games has always been revolutionary when you think about it, right? You had Daytona USA, you had Virtua Fighter. I personally didn't play Virtua Fighter back in the day. I've seen it in the arcades though a couple times. But you had Daytona USA, Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio, which is coming back. Their games have always been like a step above. That's kind of what killed the Dreamcast. People weren't ready for the Dreamcast when the Dreamcast first came out. We wasn't. You had Fantasy Star Online, which nobody knew nothing about online. I think my friend might have had it. I didn't really jump online until I had Fantasy Star Online. I had it on the Cube. It wasn't the Cube, and I definitely wasn't the Dreamcast. What was it on, man? I played Final Fantasy that game online for the first time. Was it PlayStation? Oh man, I can't remember when I first. It might have been 360, but people weren't ready for the Dreamcast when the Dreamcast came. Nowadays, if there was a resurge of Dreamcast, which should not happen, but if there was, it'd be in a much better state today. But anyway, this was really cool, man. Can't wait to get more information on it. It's always good to get new fighting games and see new stuff, man. And with the detail, look at the background, dude. Look, it's always cool to see like new technology and new stuff, man. Like this looks like not your typical, but your Chinese film. So let's see what they bring to the table. The Yakuza team is really good. They're really cool at making their stuff. I'm not a fan of the games, but they're really popular and they always have a bunch of stuff going on. But yeah, until then, look forward to Virtua Fighter Revo coming out later on this month. It's only going to be like $20. So pick it up, catch up on some Virtua Fighter, truly become a Virtua Fighter fan, and support this one when it comes.